Then they get offended when I call them out for not reading the room or the instructions. Good morning, Yessie. Good morning, Kelly. So, yes, I am spicy, but you know what? I miss classes. So we've been off since, well, we did the 2 classes in December that were free. For those of you who don't know, I offered free classes in December, knowing that it's like a crazy time for people, knowing that it's financially hard for some people. And now here we are, and here it is, January, and we're just like, oh my God, this is the longest month ever. Show of hands, how many people are just like, is this month over yet? Like it's I can't believe it's still going, right? So yeah, right. Yes, he's like, yep, that's me. I don't know Sabrina Marie. January 82nd. Yes. Yes, it's like the longest, it's just so long. It's so long. And we have like, what, another day left? I am so done with January. So I want to get back to, Lucas is ready to move. Yes. Agreed, Yessie. The emotional roller coaster is draining. Well, December went too fast. January had to slow down. I would say I don't think that the way January chose to slow down was a good thing. Keep in mind, I also had surgery. I was coming off of, I host the holidays, like October, like with Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Like I host all this stuff. Oh, I got you, Allison. That makes sense. Like I do all this stuff and I'm just like so done. And like and then January is always busy. We travel, I had surgery. And I always think I'm going to get stuff done on travel, and then I just never do. I'm looking for my live on YouTube. Looking to see if I can find it so I can share it in a group. I got to learn how to I got to figure out how to do this. I keep thinking I have it figured out. The trip was nice. The problem with that is I was surrounded with a lot of emboldened people that thought they were in similar company at all times and said a lot of things that I thought were inappropriate, rude, and disgusting. That makes sense, Citadel. Just assuming they're in company with people who are of similar opinions, I guess. So, wait a minute here. Hey, is my stuff live, like anywhere? There it is. All right. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Kim. So, all right. Well, I don't think this is going to work. I keep trying to post in my group on Facebook, and I can't seem to get the link to go through. Hey, Yessie, are you in my sign 2 Women, 1 Vision group? Are you in that? I think I added you to that. Can you take whether it's like the Facebook page, like my Facebook page, if you see me live, can you take that link and post it in that group? I'm struggling with this on my end because I'm in it. So if I send the invite, it's going to like invite people to come in the box. So it's weird. Technical difficulties. Okay. So what kind of things, let's talk about thank you, Yessie. What kind of things have you guys done in January? Like, how are you? Like when we do, a lot of times January is like a reset. It's like, for me, I didn't teach classes. My goal was to get my class schedule set up for the year. Think I've done that? Have not. Have not. I did finally plug in a lot of things into my calendar that were already scheduled. But like, what all kinds of things are you guys doing? So I know like Lucas is moving. He's getting a brand new start over there with his family. And what else, like I'm taking a class on SEO, like search engine optimization, website development, like work, incorporating all that into my website, going into Pinterest. Whew. Yeah. And then I've got some people that are willing to come in as special guests for Spirit Signs and Sips. I've got to get that all scheduled still. Do you think I did any of that in January? I'm even behind on my class. But in fairness, I did have surgery and then we were traveling. It's been the longest year so far. Yes, Christy, I agree. It's been the longest year. Started a business, took more time for personal growth. Good for you, Christy. Yes. Okay. I love that. I love that. I got back to reading books, like even if it's just a little bit. Oh, yikes. I actually read a book while I was on vacation, just a trial month. And yeah, exactly. Michelle says, feels like January is a trial month, that it couldn't be more accurate, except I kind of want to end the trial. I don't think I want to sign up for this. Trying to organize my home and redecorate some things for a little refresh. Very nice. Okay. 3 months postpartum, taking care of the babe and resting. Good for you. Good for you, Citadel. You've got to. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Yessie. It shouldn't be that hard from someone else's end, but like it was popping me out of like my life. It was weird. So I was getting nervous about those things. Like, am I just going to accidentally end my life on accident? So what else are you all up to? What are you doing? You taking classes? Did you get a gym membership? Where's the crown? I don't have my crown on right now. I don't know, which crown should I wear? I'm not feeling crowny. Isn't that crazy? Here, I'll do my Outlander inspired crown. There we go. Because it matches my vibe, my whole vibe. So tell me how we're feeling. How we're feeling right now. The holidays can be exciting, but also can be hard if you've suffered loss. The holidays can be crazy. Then you come into January and it's just gross weather and blah. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now too. Mostly because I was sad to leave Nevis because my husband had a conference they do every year in different locations. Ooh, good, Kelly. Learning to not let others' emotions and energy affect me so greatly energetically. Good for you. Kara's feeling a hot mess. Oh, I didn't even say good morning, Rhoda. I'm sorry. Lots of January snow days, yes. And violence, yep. Okay. Indecisive about moving. All right. Yeah, I mean, just like there's just so much. So much. Oh, somebody's comments are getting filtered, so be careful. Whatever y'all are typing in there, reword it. I do put this on adult, like 18 and older, by the way. I've got some former students who try to stalk me, the ones that tried to take over my studio and go to a different studio. So I would think that the comments would not be so filtered. Learning to live without my husband of 20 years and parenting alone. It's hard for sure. Absolutely, Brittany. I can't even imagine. Oh, yep, wild one. Absolutely confused by the state of the world. Same. And I think that's being done by design. Like that is absolutely what they're trying to do, is confuse us. Hello, Raven. Like part of me, like I've spent the last couple of weeks trying to, this is how I put it to my daughter, because she's like, um, this is Jewish Kabbalah. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would you say that, Haiti? Okay. Um, yes, Shelley, lots of hard things. Yes, I am. Are you going to stick around for it? Yeah, we're going to demon summon. And look, we're even consorting with spirits, soothsaying. Oh, dang, I was having fun. Just block him. Just block him, Yessie. Can you do that? Do you have that power? I'm pretty sure I gave you all the power. Oh, listen to Sarah. Oh my goodness, we're learning things. Let's learn things about how terrible I am. So for funsies over on the rest of the things, we have a troll. It's like, come on, dude, read the room. We have a troll. Is this about the Kabbalah? No, we're literally just sitting here talking about how miserable January is. Tune in, friends. Pay attention. Milk it. Oh my God, it's just never ending, isn't it? You're going to get muted, Milk Tea, because just for 5 seconds to remove that comment, because we don't want scammers to find. So this is what I get every single Thursday. You're not blocked by any means. It's just to remove your comment. Okay. Every single week on all the platforms, every single one of them, I have people reaching out to me saying, hey, was that you? Was that you that reached out to me? I thought you said you wouldn't, but there's a scammer, and they what they do is they clone my profile, reach out and say, oh, loved one, I noticed your grandmother passed away and she's talking to me. Pay me for a reading. And then that's not how that works. Well, hi, April. You are the only one here. No, there's one other one. I think it's you and Lucas, April. Oh, we just removed your comment, Milk Tea. That's all. Because if you read my intro and if you paid attention to the conversation, we weren't actually doing readings. So, but also I was just talking. Had you listened, if you were listening, I was explaining to you why we removed your comment. You didn't do anything wrong other than you didn't read the room. And I don't like it when people come in and do the comments like that, because scammers will find you and they will see what you wrote, and then they will pretend to be me. That's all. I know. Well, so when you just walk into a room, if you go to a party, okay, someone invites you to a party, do you walk in and go, my dad died, to a bunch of strangers? You don't. You just, because you don't know who you're talking to. What if I'm crazy, Milk Tea? What if I'm like psycho? You don't even know if I'm good at what I do. So just be careful. That's all. And I am so over January that I'm kind of spicy today. So I apologize, but I don't. You understand what I'm saying? So, but you missed the fun, Milk Tea. We had somebody coming in asking if I was summoning demons today. So maybe oh my God, you guys, maybe that's why I'm grouchy. What if I'm summoning demons? I'm not mad at you, Milk Tea. Thank you for saying sorry, though. So we're just talking about the overall energy. So what's funny is one of the things I love about like TikTok and Facebook, like, is they will come in. I know I am feeling spicy today. I was going to apologize, but I just can't. Is that they'll show what we were doing last year, right? It'll be like, or like in the years past, it'll be like on this day. And on this day, my video from TikTok was, when you ask for that ascension, when you ask for the expansion, when you ask for the energy expansion, then you get it. And then your spirit guides are like, listen, you asked for this. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you're right, April. I do need Mystic Mind Designs has some crowns out right now. They're just like, some of them are like from the Court of Thorn and Roses, like the Night Court, and they just look kind of sketch and like I could be summoning demons or something. Unless you know the book, unless you know the story, then you'd be like, oh my God, that's totally cool. It's Illyrian, whatever. But no. Uh, and also, I did post a video yesterday. I spent so much time on that video. Oh no, Jody. I'm sorry that keeps happening. I cannot clear my throat for some reason. Good morning, April. That's okay. Anyway, I told it. Oh, I did post a video about. I did it in CapCut. You would think that TikTok would push out all the videos from CapCut because it's owned by TikTok. You would think. One would think they'd be like, "Oh my God, they're amazing. We should get all those pushed out." It's hardly anybody's seeing it at all, but it like I think it's still under 200 views after a day. It's ridiculous. But I tagged Mystic Mind Design in it, and Mystic Mind, she makes all my crowns, and it's a funny video. It's about my husband like coming in and going, "You don't need any more crowns," and he's dumb. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So, like, how could a girl have too many crowns? I just feel like Leos in general, right? I know, Shelly. And I really like this. So over on Instagram, April said I should get a red crown. So then when people come in and be like, "Are you playing with demons?" I can be like, maybe. Apparently older women changes is a blocked word. Nuh-uh. Tell me said it's a crown blocker. Exactly. Heather's like telling a guy not to wear a belt. What the heck? Not you, April, Hensel, other April. That's funny. And I'm sorry your comments are getting blocked. I literally don't put any. It'll ask me if I want to like filter certain words on my lives, and I never do. It's all AI TikTok stuff. They block things. Okay. You guys are gonna laugh. So I have two friends named April. They're the in the Instagram. My sister April says, "Uh-oh, you got two Aprils in one room. You've already summoned the demons." We need more women literally and figuratively straightening each other's crowns. Absolutely, Jody. You know, I will say I've had women like not turn on me, but like shun me because they really don't believe when I say, "No, I uplift other women. I'm not here to tear down other women. I'm not here to." Now, I will call women out if they're acting dumb. You know, I honestly like, but I do it in a way to invite conversation, not necessarily to condemn or like, I want to know like, what's going on? Like, why do you think this, you know? But I really, I uplift women. I uplift women's businesses. Locally, man, I'm going to go for all the female businesses, the women owned businesses, and support and cheer them on as long as they're good people. You know what I'm saying? If I find out that they're racist and terrible, then no, they don't get my support. You need a nickname. Too many Aprils in the spirit committee. I wonder why that is, though. Yeah, because both of you, like April Hensel, is also super, super spiritual. I had a whole train of thought that I was going to do, and now I can't remember. What about a crown with stones resembling dragon eggs with a dragon on top of it? What? That would be amazing. Well, and also, yeah, because my nickname to myself is Mother of Dragons, because I have three very sharp. Well, two of my three children are very sharp tongued. The other one, he's awesome. He's just like so chill. He doesn't really fight back. I kind of wish he would a little bit sometimes, but I think I still terrify him. But yeah, dragons with dragon eggs would be cool. April comes from the name Aphrodite. Wait, I didn't know that. Did you all know that? That'd be awesome, Yessie. What if you get a crown of French fries? Oh my goodness. How funny would that be? Sounds so chill. The girls, on the other hand, same. I barely survived, Michelle. I get it. Yes, my two are heathens. I'm gonna have to come up with a name for myself now. That's funny. With a Ronald. That is hilarious. So Lucas thinks I should get a crown with French fries, and I could actually get a Ronald McDonald up there too. So that way, when somebody comes in the room, the current crown, and put that one on. But it has to have a headset. Would you like fries with that? Yep, perfect for telling them it's not Burger King, not have it your way. That's exactly. Yeah, I'm always saying that, like, you want fries with that? So anyway, I thought it might be fun to I'll try to get into the pulling spirit and maybe do some readings. That was my intention, but we're hardly anywhere right now. We have 23 shares. And please don't make Yessie do all the work. She shares like a million times. Let's get more people in here. I'm good with small crowds, but I do want to get in the FYP a little bit more. Like I don't go live very often and I don't come on and do readings very often. Oh, Lucas, that'd be cute, but I don't think anybody would get it. So I'd love to do some readings. If you'd like me to do readings, we got to get to at least 10,000 likes. We need to get to at least 100 shares. So let's do this. Let's get it out there. But also, I figure we could talk about some stuff in the meantime. What do you guys respond? So let's talk to you about like telling other people that you like this stuff, even if you're not even if you can't get on the TikTok app store anymore. Did you delete it, April? Did you delete the app? Because I updated my phone and I still have TikTok. After it got blocked, it won't let me download. Right. But as long as you didn't delete the app to begin with, you should be okay. Or you should have been okay. I've talked to a number of people who are like, I just took the app off. And now they're like really sad that they did that. You had when it blocked. Yep. See, I knew that it couldn't get rid of it. Otherwise it was going to not be able to come back. So anyway, what do you like? How many of you like know, or your friends or family know that you're into this stuff or that you would watch this, right? Yeah, you can't add money for gifts because it's not attached to the Apple Store. But I bet you could, Kelly, if you do it from your computer. Not that you should be doing that, like necessarily, but I'm wondering. I haven't tried it yet. And it's cheaper, by the way, because if you get gifts, fun fact, if you got gifts prior to the block from your Apple device, if you tried to buy gifts or like buy coins, whatever, you would have to pay an Apple device fee. But if you go on your computer and buy the coins through your computer, they didn't do that. Isn't that ridiculous? That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so they all know, my coworker knows also, I just don't care. I am known to be quirky anyway. I kind of love that. My family knows, my dad calls me Agatha Witch. Oh, that's hilarious. But isn't that kind of crazy though? Like that people, I do not identify in any way, shape, or form as a witchy person. That takes so much energy. And that's just not my wheelhouse, right? But people will refer to me as a witch because I do spiritual work. So I'm always interested to see how people's reactions. I get, being in Indiana, people are like, oh, I'm a Christian, but I'm a Christian. I'm like, well, good for you. Okay, welcome to America. We can do whatever we want here as long as we're not sacrificing small children and animals. We're okay. I'm glad that your family's being supportive, Michelle. To help me learn technology, I created a. Oh, that's cool, Kelly. I love that. Okay, Michelle saying all her friends and children know. I love that. Jamie says those close enough to me know. Good. I'd be keeping a small circle too these days. Good morning, Rocco the Right. Tammy, right? I got that right, I think. Um, so yeah, like I guess I've never had a problem telling people I believed in that stuff. Like, but I always was very careful because for a long time, like I was into it and I liked it, but I wasn't well versed enough to have deep conversations. So if people were to ask me, I'd be like, I don't know, I just know, you know how you just know things? You just know there's life beyond you and that there's probably, oh, thanks for being part of my team. That there's probably, and that's where my journey started for years. Like there was never ever a point where I thought none of this was real or that it was bad. I'm trying to get completely shut down, but I'll see you in class. Thank you for all you much love and support. Oh, why are you getting all shut down? Oh, you mean the people around you? I get what you mean. Cindy's always open about it. My kids have always thought I was a bit out there. My Pentecostal mother has damned me to hell. Well, you know what? It'll be a party. It'll be a party, Melissa. Yeah. Yeah. The devil is like, okay, grandma. Well, even grandpa said he likes that. That's awesome. Oh, good morning, Dominique. Still keep up with wait, I must have missed the oh, got it. Grandpa likes how you still keep up with your hair and nails. I love that. That's funny. Good morning, DLS. Aaron, looks like. So yeah, like it's a real thing actually, coming out to family when it comes to spirituality. Good morning, guided light crystals. To the point where, Biddy Tarot, when I did their master level class, had a whole module. And I know I've talked about this before, but if you're new, then you haven't heard it. A whole module about coming out, like giving you scripts and ideas of how to have those conversations. The perspective with religion and spirituality definitely needs to change. I agree. I agree, Shelley. And then you've got people like Peaceful Nick the Medium. I love what she's doing. If you guys don't follow her, you need to. She's a like science teacher. She's a scientist. She has degrees in science, and not just, well, I took a science class once. No, she studies. She's a super, super smart lady. And she's doing a great job of tying like all the spiritual woo-woo mystical things to science and the research that's being done by scientists. There's a whole thing called quantum sciences, quantum physics, right? And even now they're starting, like scientists recently have discovered like what do they call it? Negative time particles in Antarctica or something. Oh, okay. Yeah. She's doing a TikTok live today. Okay. Okay, cool. I'll have to pop in. I'll try to catch her. And she and I've done a live together before. I really like her. She's super neat lady and just she's a go-getter. But that's yeah, if you want to be armed with scientific stuff, watch her videos. So when you're people, that's exactly, Michelle, because I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Because spirituality is a way of living, a way of being. It's a way of connecting to one another, right? Where religion is doctrine. It's following what humans have designed here. You're connecting to and following what humans are saying, because religion is a man-made construct. It's not me saying every religion is bad. It's just like humans made religion, where spirituality is a knowing, it's a connecting, it's a feeling, it's understanding. And also, good morning, Roxanne, I saw you. Oh, here we go. Science geek here. And that's true. Geeking out on STEM. That's right up there. Science geek here. All matter is made up of tiny invisible particles that are constantly moving. We are all part of that. Like when you say equal and opposite reaction is a similar relationship. Yep. Yes, absolutely. I think my Scorpio sun and Aquarius rising, that keeps me pretty bold in my beliefs. That tracks. That absolutely tracks. Same. Why go to a middleman when we go straight to the source? Thank you. Why in the world would I go find a crotchety old man that's just doesn't like women, priests, um, to forgive me for things, Oh, yay. Awesome, April. Oh, yeah. So you guys, if you and you can get on TikTok through your computers, by the way. If you did the whole delete your app from Apple or from your device, you can actually go on TikTok on your computer. That's awesome. Um, so I just always find it fascinating, like to hear people talk about their experiences, how luckily, like I don't give a crap. I have just never cared what my family thought in that regard. But also my mom believes in it. My brothers do believe in it. Even though my brothers and I don't talk, like we have absolute opposite beliefs in like life. Um, they My brother had predictive dreams as a child. He's always had predictive dreams. And it's so funny that, I don't know. There's just so many things like, and you know what? They will be the first to actually kind of tell people that I'm crazy, that I'm not actually psychic. Even though they both are, and they know that I know things. Hey, Heather, I realized while learning transcendental transcendental meditation that the mantras are just speaking in tongues I was raised with. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, when people come for you and they're like, "Well, meditation is evil." Wait, isn't that prayer? Like, what the heck? Is it like church and government teamed up to come up with confession to know who paid and who withheld. Absolutely. Again, man-made construct. You don't need to go to a crotchety old man who's super judging and angry at the world because you can't do things that other people do, like live a life. Uh, I shouldn't have to go to them, to say my confession. It's in the history books, but people ignore it. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things that are out there that people know, but they just choose to ignore because some, again, crotchety old man said so. So I'm a recovering Catholic myself. You'll be forgiven if you do 10 Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers. I know. You know what? And honestly, because my dad, and I know I've talked about him before, was a horrible human, horrible person. He was Catholic. So I grew up hating Catholics. And oh God, I hope I don't but I didn't. Like I don't now. Like if you know what I mean? So um you just gotta understand. I don't know. How do I put that? Um, I couldn't understand how, if someone went to confession and said those things, they could do, they could say so many words, and then all of a sudden, everything they did to destroy so many other people's lives were good. You're good, right? Agreed. And I understand this. And not all Catholics are bad people by any means, right? And that's how it is, I feel like, with all the religions. And you even go to spiritual people, right? Not all spiritual people are great. The fact is, we're human. Yes, Angel Eyes. Yeah, April. Yes, April. Like there are bad people in all areas. It doesn't matter what career, what religion, um, and there are good people in those same, like with good hearts that really truly do want to do right and want to, but maybe they've been indoctrinated to believe that people like me are terrible. I skip. Raised by Southern Baptist mom and Catholic raised father who didn't force religion on us. And see, I think that's really important. Yes, exactly. I'm not a fan of the organized religion part of it. But that outer circle family was a mess. Yeah, yeah. So, like, I think we all have had our crazy experiences with religion. And I think what's happened is a lot of people, now that we have spaces like TikTok and we have YouTube, we've got social media, we've got ways of turning on a camera and being heard. We have ways of watching videos of people who think like us and believe like us. We're finding safe spaces out there that make us realize, oh, maybe there is another way of thinking. Maybe there is another way of believing or doing things. And so we find our safe spaces on places like on TikTok or on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. Hi Lee, how are you? And and I think it's really important for us to, once we enter those spaces, those different spaces of belief, to sit with and ask ourselves to, how does this vibrate? But I do believe that because we've been under, and if you just look at the timing of everything, right? You got us moving into Age of Aquarius. Eh, exactly. Well, until next week, you never know, April. Who knows? At this rate, they might be able to, actually. They might be going for that, actually. Um, True communion. Yes, Kelly. I find that more and more people are turning to spirituality, because they're realizing, there might be something to this. People that are having, dreams, they might be that end up coming true, predictive dreams. They might be having, um, they're having experiences where people are now empowered enough. We have just enough empowerment to go, nah, this is, I believe this is something. There's got to be something to this. So when you get, like, for instance, the guy who comes in TikTok and is like, "You're summoning demons." I'm like, "Dude, I am the demon. What are you talking about?" Um, and we're not buying that anymore. We just laugh it off. We don't stop and go, "Wait, am I?" Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of people who still believe that and are vulnerable enough that when someone tells them that kind of thing, they stop and go, "Oh, okay, so I guess if I feel super good and I know things and I get premonitions about things, I guess that could be true, that maybe that is a demon." Experiences that they don't understand, and they feel comfortable in their own skin to seek out truth and not what they are told. Exactly. Exactly. Kelly, I'm not the weird one so much anymore. You are not, my friend. You fit right in with our fun little group. By the way, my name's Lorena Carr. I'm a psychic medium, and I teach classes. I mentor. I do a lot of healing work. Oh my gosh, you guys! I totally outed myself to some people because, okay, so I do this show. The people in my circles, it is normal for me to be like, "Well, I'm a psychic medium and I da 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 da." It's just like no big deal for me to say it. Day one, we get to my husband's conference, and I'm an older couple that they're like, "Oh, Lorenda, how are you?" I'm like, "Oh, hi, friends. How, good to see you. Haven't seen you since. How's the knee? How are you feeling? You had surgery." Like having conversations with them. April's like, "Oh my God." Well, April, you were getting the voice text of my play-by-plays with these people, though. You were getting all the in real time tea. Um, and this couple, again, they're so nice, but you can tell they're very sheltered because they were like, "Are you still doing that dance thing?" Yes, the dance studio, the business that I own, that, yes. I am. Now, do you, like, do anything specific, like ballroom? I'm like, "Oh, no, 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 I'm the last one." People are so upfront with the religions. Thank you. Thank you, April. I agree with you. If other people can be all, but I'm a Christian. I'm a demon. No. um, so they were like, "Do you still do that or that dancing?" I said, "No, no, no, no. I don't do ballroom." I was like, "I do produce shows with ballroom, like for fundraising. That's always fun." It is a religion. It's kind of, I like that. Yes, it is like a club. So they were like, "Well," I said, "No, I specialize in tap dance, but like my college degree is in dance performance. Like I performed professionally. I had a professional tap company." And they're like, "Tap dance? You must really like White Christmas." I said, "I do love that movie for the tap dancing and Singing in the Rain." And also, like, I named a couple other, and like all the old Shirley Temple movies where with Bilbo Jangles Robinson and Shirley Temple, because that was, did you all know tap history is American history, first of all. But did you know that that was the first time an African American man and a white child were on screen together, dancing together and interacting, holding hands? Like that was groundbreaking stuff back in the day. So anyway, they're like, "Well, I didn't know any." Well, I guess those Irish people make have the noisy shoes over there, and they seem to be popular. Can you imagine if I'd have turned those tables and been like, "Oh, do you still do that like mathing checkbook banking thing?" People still do that? Can you imagine if I'd said that to someone else? Like, but they were, and they were not trying to be condescending. They just were. Like, that's just who they were. They didn't get dance. Who chooses that, right? But they'll be the first to go watch White Christmas. They'll be the first to watch all those old movies. They'll be the first to go buy tickets to go see a Broadway show because they're so traveled and so cultured. But when they meet someone in real time that does it, it's just that weird dance thing. I guess if those Irish people are popular with their noisy shoes, I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, so many conversations that week, that just kinda stressed me out, to be honest. But in that same conversation, I said, they were like, "So what are you up to?" I was like, actually, I'm taking a class on, search engine optimization. I'm trying to expand, like, this is the month of just trying to, I had my knee surgery. We're here in Nevis. It's beautiful. I'm getting warm. I'm also doing my homework. So, um, and I said, I'm learning how to incorporate that for my businesses and just trying to grow on the back end of the businesses, not just doing what I do. And they're like, "Oh, you have another business too?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, my psychic mediumship, my spiritual business." And they both were like, and it was just one of those things I'm so used to just saying, the shock. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second, Amy. Oh, we'll totally talk about that. Yeah. So the shock, and the husband goes, "Well, what do they call that? Like necromancy?" And I said, "Yeah, that's what they call it." Okay. So it's just like, okay. Follow me on Pinterest. Like, what the like at that point I was like, so anyway, and I said, "It's not," I said, "It's beyond that. It is helping people find peace when their loved ones are on the other side." It's, it can be a form of grief counseling. It can be a form of, and they're like, "Oh, have you seen that at such and such church, they have they have a program called Grief something? You should look into that." Immediately took what I said to them and tried to um, funnel me into a church. Immediately went from necromancy to, you should look into the church. You should look into grief counseling at the church. But in our area specifically, I'm almost tempted to wear graphic tees to out myself because there's so much of this and it's exhausting to put myself out there just to be other. Yes, Teresa, you are right. Like, I actually wear a shirt that says support your local medium, and it has like the hands with the evil eye in it. I wear that out in the wild all the time. The loophole to the church, absolutely. Like, but immediately they wanted to take me from necromancy to, oh, you can heal people through the church if you go through them. Would you like to purchase one of my spiritual classes? See, that would have been funny, but they're older. And you know what? I transitioned to, oh my gosh, you know what? I love your lipstick. What I've learned is people love to talk about themselves. She immediately was like, oh my gosh, what do I have on today? Oh, thank, and then pulls them out and shows me both of them. And I took a picture of them. We transitioned from church to lipstick like that. I'm the queen of transitioning conversations. That's for sure. So that's how that went. And there were other people. What was really cool is someone I went to high school with, was there. Like, we graduated together, we were in band together. Her husband is actually a pastor, but like the good kind, you know? Oh, I know, April. And I went in with all that. But you also get, it was early. It was like the first people I talked to, we had just gotten there, and it just kind of fell out of my face. I normally don't even talk about that at that particular conference because I know my audience. I know what kind of people I'm dealing with, people who utilize a Medicaid tax credit. Like a state, there's a tax credit that you can utilize, that these developers utilize, to build affordable assisted living facilities, because the expenses can be out of control with these places, and there are people that need to transition into. So like the work they're doing, the things they're doing and developing are fantastic, and they utilize credits. But they talked about all week was how new Prez was going to be so great for business, great for business. He just froze all that. Now what are they going to do? He just froze all that. And Indiana is on board to shut everything down too. So I'm like, wow, how's that going to work out? We all just spent a week in Nevis talking about taking over the world and doing good things for people, utilizing federal tax credits and state tax credits. So how's that going to work out? But that's a whole other side hustle, or whole other side conversation. But anyway, it was really cool to have dinner with these people who are super involved in their church, but they do, like, all the money that they make, like they pay themselves a salary, but it's not obnoxious. Like, they're very humble. We're talking about this one particular couple, very humble, very, very practical, but they give like majority of what they make on these facilities to charity. Like, they are the epitome of like doing the right thing. They're very humble, and neither one of them judge me for what I do. They're like, but we see that you're connected to spirit, and you're doing good work for people. You're doing nice things for people. And those are the people that you're going to be involved in a church, and you're talking about Jesus. Awesome. But they're living and breathing what Jesus asked us to do. And I think that is where religion, indoctrination, and true belief all differ, because you can't tell me Jesus walked around in like kingly robes. And by the way, he never said he was the Son of God. He said we are all children of God. We are all connected, which is where, if you look at spiritualist belief system, We all believe we believe we're all connected. We are all connected to source. We are the spark of the divine. We are here. We carry the divine within us. So we are all part of that same collective. And if I am born from the light of God and you are, maybe I should respect you also, that no one is less than. And I think that's where the churches get so wrapped up in the power and the money and all the things that they're utilizing and creating a fear versus what spiritualist people do. Or like this couple that I'm talking about that I've known since literally high school, they embody what it really does mean to be a true follower of Christ. And I have so much respect for that. And I told them that too. I said, I know we don't see eye to eye on the bigger picture, like the belief down to the nitty gritty, belief system. I was like, I don't follow the Bible. However, I said, I have so much respect for you because you do it the right way. You're not scary. You're not shoving it down people's throats. You're not guilting. You're saying, listen, Jesus had his sandals and his robe and like trucked across the world here. Over there, spreading love and light. That's what you're supposed to do. You spread love and light. Where there were a lot of people at this. Oh, hi, Jen. There were a lot of people that don't. That's not how they roll. I literally, the church I went to here, and Teresa, Joe, you might be able to, if you're still around, you might be able to get that. This Father Door at Our Lady of Mount Carmel, when we were going to Catholic church, he made a point like every probably 4 to 6 weeks to incorporate into his homily how it was important to wear our Sunday best, to drive our nicest cars, to wear our nicest jewelry, to wear all of our nice things to church. Because if not, we are insulting Jesus. I'm like, how about I save the money on Tiffany jewelry and give it to a charity instead of just like getting all the jewelry to wear to church? Like, how messed up is that? Many of our churches are using the Bible as a way to punish people. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. I must have missed the first part of your comments, Rebecca. Not discounting your beliefs. Maybe not. Oh, Dominique, you had a question for me? I didn't see that. I'm always baffled by churchgoers with fear. It's like, dude, you trust God, don't you? So what are we scared of? He was doing an asset check. Absolutely, he was. Yes, he was. I do have a question. When you have a dream of someone who passed, is it them visiting you? Sometimes it is. Thank you, April, for doing that. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is them visiting you. Sometimes it's your memories coming in. And you processing. Usually when I talk to people, they're like, I feel I dreamt about them, but it felt so different. Then yes, that's them. Absolutely. I went to Catholic school, great school, and learned nothing about the Bible. I know. You know what's funny, Heather? Matt, my husband, went to Catholic school. He insists that we go to Catholic church and we send the kids to Catholic school because they're just gonna give them the leg up and da 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 da. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's cool, I guess. I'm not a big believer in that, but sure, whatever. And yeah, we go to church. He doesn't know the creed. He doesn't know the profession, like when you stand up and we believe, like professing what we believe. Didn't know any of that. He knew when to stand up, sit down, and kneel. He did know that. I woke up out of my sleep crying. It felt so real. I didn't know they were deceased. Oh, see, now most spirits do know they're on the other side. They do know that they're gone. And that's why I said I think sometimes it's they are okay. Spirits are okay. They're better than we are. They are better than we are, because once we leave this world, they go back and they're greeted by their loved ones. They go to like their loved ones on the other side are like, yeah, it's a party. Let's, bring you back in, bring it in, bring it in. Welcome home. Welcome back. How was it? You know, um, and, and they do know that they're gone. Um, because people are there to tell him usually. Talking about church, my church Crossroads doesn't have a pastor right now. Oh, bummer. I'm sorry to hear that, Lucas. They'll get one though. They'll get one. I know you really enjoy church. Um, you couldn't tell her in a dream. Oh, well, interesting. And keep in mind, you're still in a dream state. So it's not like everything is 100% real, but you know when their energy shows up because it feels different. You think of New Orleans funerals or Irish wake. How's the party and celebration? Yes, it is. It's celebration because you're sending them home. They're going home. Exactly. Sit, kneel, stand. Heather's like, ooh, flashbacks. Sit, kneel, stand, pray. 5 Hail Marys. So it is. It's a big party. You know, I've said all along, like, don't be crying at my funeral. I mean, you can if you want, but I'm going to stand there and laugh at you. And also, you better make it a big show, friends, because I'm going to be there. I plan on being there. Probably going to have a crown on. Also, I feel like my family needs to I got to be buried with crowns, at least one, if not more. Ah, yes, Slanja. And there better be whiskey at my funeral. Just saying. And then I've already said, somebody has to be, that we better be having, don't be playing On Eagle's Wings garbage. I want to hear Hotel California. That's what needs to be played at my funeral. Hotel California. Just saying. Oh, that's right. Celebrate my life. Celebrate. And you know what? Take a minute to step back and go, what did she do? I know we've all torn her down and complained about what she never did do or didn't do for other people. Remember the things that I did do. All right. That's what I'm asking. Outlander themed. Oh my God. Can you imagine an Outlander themed funeral? That'd be hysterical. I kind of love that idea. My mom bought one of those books on Facebook or like online. It was like, fuck, I'm dead. What do I do now? Like, not my problem. It's your problem now. That's what it says. If I'm dead, like, it's your problem now. So see, there we go. All right, April, I'm going to have stones around, but see, remember, I'm going to be cremated. So just remember that. Don't be putting me in the ground. Mm-mm. A psychic funeral. Right. See if I just want somebody to come and see if they can summon me back up to the living just for a minute. That'd be funny too. Cause I'd play with that. I'd be all in on that. Standing stones for Outlander. Oh, I have my puzzle. Hang on. It's like my daily old lady exercise. I have to put the puzzle there. You want to kind of be a tree pod. I thought about that too. I think my kids want to do that. My kids want to have that. I need to double check with them in case they bump off before I do. We've been known to live for a really long time in my family. I could outlive my children. I don't want to, but it's a possibility. I guess I probably ought to ask them their thoughts on that. But yeah, I think at one point my kids had talked about they wanted to do that. Don't put me in the ground. Nope. Do not. But it'd be cool if I was in like a little bucket of ashes and like I just tell the kids, like, here, put me in a necklace or something and take me everywhere you go. Like all the experiences around the world. Here, I'm going to leave you money. No funeral, big ass party with old school wrapped and throw my ashes in the ocean. The end. It's awesome. But it's got to be 80s and 90s rap. That's what it's got to be. That's right. You do. With your dad, you've got his ashes. You take him around with you. Turn you into a diamond. Now that'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome. But also all I can think of is that line from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And yes, okay, Lucas, yes, when I die, you can have my zombie. We've already established that. Matt knows that if I go first, you get my zombie. Tell my peeps on the other TikTok side that I say hi and I miss them. Oh, did you delete the app, Jen? And now you can't get back in? So Butterfly Jen says hi, friends. She's in the Instagrams. By the way, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram and Facebook, just in case this app does go someplace, and YouTube. Because I go live on all the platforms, which is why you see me looking all over the place, because I'm looking literally at all the things. We went to our favorite bar and send videos toasting down. Oh, I love that. Oh man, there are a lot of people. Have you tried going on your computer and logging in, Jen? That's what to TikTok, because that's what my friend April did. Ladora says, Butterfly Jen, I wonder where you went. Okay, yeah, go try it on your computer and see if that works for you. That might actually do it. I can see some things, but I cannot navigate well. Yeah, that might be. I can see how that would be an issue. I guess if you're just watching me, and that's really your only goal for keeping it, then there you go. Then you should be fine. Well, and Carrie, love her, and Elias, and all your favorite people, but whatever. How about, let's see. Oh gosh, it's 11 o'clock already. Is X TikTok? No, X is completely different. I tell you what, when Alonius Muskrat purchased Twitter, I got rid of my account. Problem solved, exactly. All right, so you know what? We're already almost at 20,000. Because I got totally sidetracked. But notice the squirrel's back. Let's pull some cards. You guys want to hear a cool story? Of course you do. Of course you do. So I have not had my Light Seers deck, right? I'm using the Light Seers deck right now. I had cleaned up my room here, and I boxed up I had so many tarot card decks sitting out on my desk. I'm like, okay, I got to clean this up. I know, right? So I know. So I'm getting ready to log on for a reading yesterday, and I heard Light Seers deck. I'm like, that's random. Okay. And I got out the Light Seers deck, and what I usually do before I log on to a reading is I do a little meditation. I call in my guides. We connect. I ask for any loved ones to step in to connect to my energy. I'm not trying to pre-link. I'm just inviting them in. I'm inviting in the energy, and I'm asking my guides to adjust my energy to receive information. That's funny. And so oh my gosh, like I never do this. Like my cards are flying everywhere. Let's see what cards flew out. The Sun and the World. Interesting. And the Star. That's my girl. So I pull cards to kind of get an idea of where the energy's going or what we're going to focus on. But I typically have no idea the actual topic. I just get the vibe of the energy. So I took them and I spread them out on the table like I usually do. And I grabbed a couple cards, and then I realized, oh, there's a card that is like flipped up. I could see the color. It was like standing out. And I picked it up, and it's not even from that deck. It's from Intuitive Intention, Rob. It's King of Pentacles. Yes, it's the Light Seers deck. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even know it was missing. I didn't even know it was not in that deck, which is weird because, well, I mean, it's not weird. I guess I use that deck all the time. So I set it aside. It ended up being a very, very important part of the conversation. So I haven't used that Light Seers deck in probably 4 months. I have not missed the King of Pentacles for 4 months. And I just thought that was interesting that that card, that moment, 4 months ago, that was put in my deck. So exactly, it was meant to be told, but only in that moment. And that deck went away. I forgot it existed for all that time. And then all of a sudden, right before that reading, Spirit tells me, get that deck out. And that's where that card is. So how crazy is that? It's crazy, but it's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Yessie, for sharing the live like 250 times. Oh my gosh. So, all right. So since our friend the squirrel is back, you guys, if you would like a card pulled, let's drop a squirrel in the chat, because who doesn't love a good squirrel? Let me get a page here. Also, have I ever shown you guys speaking of squirrel moment, have I ever showed you like when I do readings, I have a notepad that I use, and it's like, Van Gogh. I love it. It's got such good energy. Van Gogh. All right. Spirit, signs, and sips. Today, let's set this intention. First of all, let's invite our loved ones in. We're going to invite, and if you guys are wanting a card pull, set your intentions now. What is it you would ask? What is it that you would ask about? If you had a one-on-one with me right now, what would you ask about? Don't put it in the chat. Just drop the squirrels as you're setting your intentions, as you're inviting your loved ones in. Ask your guides to come in and drop some knowledge, and to help me be drawn to you or to deliver the message that you hear. So remember, if you do not get a card, if I don't say your name, that is okay. If a card resonates with you and you're like, wait, this feels like this could be for me, then it might be, right? It might be for you. So all you need to do is just spam away with all your, with the squirrel emojis. If you're on your computer and you don't have squirrel emojis, but if you have like if you do have like some sort of, you could copy and paste the word squirrel if you want. I'll understand. I'll understand. It doesn't have to be squirrel. Oh, hey. Let's see what these are. Let's see. Let's set the tone here. Okay, I'm going to set these aside because I feel like these are important. Whoever this is going to go for. All right, so let's start with, okay, here we go. Now we got YouTube coming in. Start dropping those squirrels. We're going to start in TikTok. Here we go. I'll choose the first name I see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Destiny. Destiny. So Destiny, you have the Magician. For whatever you asked about, Spirit is saying to you, you have the tools. We've given you the tools. It's time to start utilizing them, having a little more confidence in them. I also feel like you're starting to learn to use, like I feel like people are giving you opportunities and you're still trying to sort out what you need, how you can utilize them best. But Spirit's saying, don't worry, we've provided the tools for you. We've given you this thing. But also, I'm going to go ahead, because this second card flew out, I'm going to go ahead and give this to you as well. The Page of Pentacles. So that tells me whatever this is that you're learning, that like either you're going back to school, you're taking a class, or something that you need to do, or you're learning. So hopefully that makes sense to you, Destiny, because I do feel like there's something, I feel like either a class or taking a class or learning that's going to help you up your game. So maybe you have to take a class, you have to do a workshop, or there's some book you're trying to learn, but they're saying, we're giving you the tools. Here it is. Please read the book. Please show up for the class. Please do all the things, because it's going to up your game, whether it's financially or materialistically. So that was for Destiny. Oh, that was really loud. Sorry. So hopefully that made sense. Okay, I'm actually just going to like lay these out like this. And I'm going to get my Dancing Spirit Oracle deck out. So now let's go over to the Facebook and YouTube people, because they're all on my same screen. They're all on the same screen. So Facebook and YouTube are all going to be kind of, because there's like a total of like 4 in there. So drop those. And then I'm going to come over to Instagram next. All right. So make sure you're following me on all those other platforms if you want a chance to get a card. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to choose the first person I see between the Facebook and the YouTube in 5. Hi, Melissa. 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Kara. All right. Let's see what Kara needs to know. Kara, you get the King of Cups. King of Cups is, let me see what comes with that. Let me see what Dancing Spirit card comes with that. Ascend. Okay. I feel like this is part of you. This is part of your journey. Cause I know we've talked and kind of where you're going, but, I feel like you are kind of stepping into this energy of understanding and feeling more. Like there's more of a feeling with what you're doing and trying to ascend with your spiritual journey. I feel like this is part of your spiritual journey. But King of Cups, there's somebody else around you right now also that can either act as a mentor, or there's some, I feel like I'm being drawn to talk about somebody else, or a spirit guide, a male spirit guide. Have you met a new spirit guide, Kara? I feel like it's something about another spirit guide coming in that's mentoring or trying to show you more. And I feel like that they're talking about an ascension, like an expansion, is what I'm hearing. Hope that makes sense. All right. Well, keep an eye out, because it's not just you mastering some energy and feeling and the feeling stuff, right? I'm getting this really strong impression of a guide or someone coming in and presenting themselves, or you feeling a new energy that is a guide. So pay attention, because this is someone that's actually, this is a being that is actually helping you to ascend and expand. Try to get a vibe on him. He feels very tall, like a very he made me feel really tall all of a sudden. Like he's almost like Celtic warrior type, really tall, or a Viking, like just really tall energy. And I feel like he's just like standing in your power, but he's also very kind and very loving, but he's teaching you something about feeling the energy in your hands and holding a cup of energy. There's something about that he's bringing in. So you might sit with that and see if you can feel him or feel that being, and let me know. I want messages on that. Text me. Okay. So thank you, Kara, for letting me read for you. All right. So now let's go over to the Instagram. All right. All right, here we go. So we have 5, 4, 3. I'm giving it time for the delay because Instagram is like a 10 or 15-second delay. It's crazy. I'm letting people drop the squirrels over there. I think, we've got 5 people in there now. And 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? It's going to be, oh, it moved like really quick. Stricter Party of 3. I don't even know who that is. Here we go. Or Stricker Party of 3. All right, here we go. Knight of Pentacles for Stricker Party of 3. Knight of Pentacles. Knights are doers. If you're wanting that new job, you're wanting that new thing, I feel like there's something you're trying to strive for and you're kind of waiting for a sign. This is your sign to say, go get it. Let's see what comes with that. Synchronicity. Okay, so this tells me there's some things you've been waiting for, some things to line up. You've been waiting. It's like, you want that other job, or you want that book, or you want to go purchase something. There's something you want to go get and you want to go get after, and it's something very earthly. And I feel like you're waiting for some signs, but there's actual synchronicities happening for you, Stricker Party of 3, that Spirit's calling your attention to. Spirit's calling your attention to these synchronicities and saying, it's time for you to go. It's time. Like, we're trying to show you, you've asked for a sign. Here's your sign. Get on the horse, go after it, because it's not going to come to you. It's not going to come to you. So you're going to have to go after it. And I feel like that's the energy that's around you right now. If you want something to change, if you want something to come into existence, you're going to have to go after it yourself. So that's for Stricker, party of 3. Okay. So thanks for letting me read for you. Holy moly. Yes, a job moving from stay-at-home mom after son graduated. I'm so glad that made sense for you. And a lot of things had to line up, right? And they're saying, go for it. So good. I'm glad that made sense for you. All right. Back to the TikToks. Let's do this. All right. Drop a squirrel if you want a card. All right, here we go. I'm going to choose the first name I see in. Don't be nervous, Stricker party. You're going to see all the synchronicities. It's going to come all, and it's all going to come together. Just get on the horse and go after it. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Rocco. Oh, Tammy. Rocco the Roddy. Here we go. Let's see, what does Rocco the Roddy need? 2 of Wands. Okay, this is, I forgot how much I love this deck, you guys. This is the Light Seers deck. I forgot how much I love the illustrations and the boldness in this. You have a choice. You can sit around and wait, or you can start planning the future. And you can either sit back and hold up the wall for everybody else to explore, or you can start figuring out where you want to go and exploring the world, right? So let's see what the card says. The stars. Ooh, the master teacher's coming in right now for you. And I feel like you've got to make the choice to start creating the path forward. And that you're getting divine guidance from this. You're getting your guides coming in and helping to support this. That they want you to explore. They want you to experience. They want you to do. You have been a placeholder for too many people for too long. It's time for you to now experience. It's time to get out there and do the things that you need to do. And if that means you're navigating by the stars, then that's what you need to do. But I do feel like you've got to get out there and start experiencing. It's time to journey away from home. It's time to journey away from what you know and all the norms of what is just normal and comfortable for you. It's time to get out there and start doing. Okay, this is just as the 2 of Wands. This is just, it's going after setting the plan for how you're going to go forward. You're setting the first 2 stones forward, moving forward. Oh, Butterfly Jen says, hi, Tammy. To you, Rocco, to Tammy. So just know you are really being driven and guided to start getting a plan in place to be able to do things. So if that means you go online, start looking for that trip you're going to go on, or that the new adventure that you're going to go on, the new experiences that you're going to go on, you really want to get moving on that. It's time. It's time to do it. So there you go. Yay. Ta-da. All right, let's see. Now let's go back over to the Facebook and YouTube, because I have those. Remember, I have those all in one feed. So and there's not that many people there. So make sure you're following me, subscribing to both of those channels. Okay. Drop the squirrels over there if you're watching, you want a reading. All right. So I'm going to choose the first person I see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's gonna be? IUWB. Woof, look at that. You go, girl. Okay. IUWB. Hi. All right, here we go. You ready? Your card, Page of Swords. Page of Swords comes up. This is critical thinking. This is using logic. I love the artistry on this. Let's see what comes with that. Solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra symbolizes confidence and personal power. I love this. Each movement on our journey embodies self-discovery and strength. guiding inner transformation and empowerment. And I love that they vibrate. They're both the same. They're both yellow. And I feel like yellow is going to be significant for you today, not just today, but kind of through the weekend. And I feel like I'm being drawn to talk about have confidence in what you know. Have confidence in what you know. So if someone comes at you with a conversation like, well, I know da 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 da, and you're like, that is a QAnon conspiracy theory. No, it is not true, right? I feel like you're able to say, here's the logic, here's the facts. Okay. This is something where I feel like you're able to step into your power of logical thinking and be confident in your logical thinking. Be confident in the science, be confident in, because the math, if the math isn't mathing and you know it, step into your power of saying, yeah, that's not mathing. That is not mathing, right? So I feel like this is saying, but also be confident in learning something new. Don't be afraid to learn something new and be able to share that and have open dialogue. I think that's going to be really important for you over the next couple of days. And also, what does yellow? I'm trying to think the significance of yellow as a color. It'll come to me in a minute. I usually teach this in, like, to me, yellow is like big Leo energy, sun energy, and it's confidence and shining a light on something is what it's coming. Oh, good. I'm glad that makes sense to you, IU. Be confident, but also be confident that you've been seeing a yellow a lot, but not sure why. Ooh, interesting. Okay, now I'm gonna look something up really quick. The symbolism of yellow: happiness, hope, and caution. Interesting. Oh, caution, because yeah, like a yellow light, right? Joy, humor, spontaneity. Okay, here we go. The color yellow, the lightest hue of the spectrum, signifies joy, happiness, betrayal, optimism, caution, idealism. I feel like that covers so much. Sunshine, summer, gold, philosophy, dishonesty, cowardice, covetousness, hazard, and friendship. So I feel like what this yellow is saying is, yes, you can be confident in your own things, but you also need to be cautious about who's around you. And this is where that thinking brain comes in. Use your thinking mind, right? Be logical. Don't just go with what you feel and intuition. Be on the lookout. And don't be afraid to be like, oh, that's what you think. Okay, well, let me pull up a resource. I feel like if you're going to have an argument or a conversation with someone, you're going to have to be prepared with facts from reliable sources. Okay. And understand also, it may fall on deaf ears. And as you have those conversations, it may push somebody away, but you can stand in your power. Stand in your power, stand on your beliefs, stand up for what you believe in. And if they choose to not engage, then, or to, cut you out, that's on them. That's on them. Be open to hear what they have to say, be discerning. That's happening a lot, by the way, right now. That's a lot. So thank you for being a follower and joining in on the fun today. All right. How am I doing on time? I got half an hour. All right. Friendship, isn't it peace? It should be. Friendship should be peaceful in theory. Well, that's cool. And I've seen you before in here. I'm pretty sure I've seen you pop in. So I'm glad that you're here and you got a message. So you clearly, Spirit aligns people with me when they need a message. Yeah. And that goes for, a number, and not just me. So cool. All right, let's get over to the Instagrams. Oh, wow. Woo, we got 3 people fighting for a spot over there. All right. Instagram. Here we go. Oh, wait, is it Instagram or is it? Hold on. Take that. Yeah, take that. Yeah, Instagram. We're back to Instagram. I had to keep track of all of them. All right. allow the delay to happen in 5, 4, 3, 2. First name I see, 1 will be April. April Kimberly. April, let's see, what does April need to know today? Judgment, also a beautiful depiction of judgment. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I put this deck away, all for the sake of like hiding that King of Pentacles card for 4 months. That's crazy. So I feel like April, what this is saying for you here, let me pull my other card. Hold on. Ooh, experience. Love the experience card. You know how I feel about the experience stuff. I feel like April's, I tune into your energy. I feel like you're letting go of the material things more. I feel like you're starting to let go of this old way of thinking of what creates success for you. It's like you're redefining success and realizing it's not about, do I have the most expensive car? Do I have the fanciest house? Do I have the fanciest clothes? I feel like this is more about, how do I move on from that lifestyle of thinking success means material to success is growth through learning, through experiencing, through tangible experiences, right? And I do feel like you're starting to make that shift and making that realization. And I feel like I don't get the vibe you've ever been materialistic, but sometimes we do get hung up on, okay, I need to hoard money or I need to do this. And I feel like if you're going to do that, you then do it so you can go on vacation. It's the experiences. Go do things and get out there and do things. Even if it's cold and snowy and gross out, get out there and do the things. Go do the thing. Yeah. Move on from but I have to do certain things to get to certain places. It's not the case. Okay. So I hope that made sense for you. And thanks for being like a regular. Yes, you are correct. Work 2 jobs just to have money. Yeah. And, sometimes that's what you have to do to pay the rent, it just to keep the food in your belly and the roof over your head. And with the current climate, that's unfortunately, it's going to be even more necessary for a while, but it's more about okay, let's do the basics. We don't need everything over the top. Let's experience things. Let's go do things, and finding the joy in the experiences, I feel, is going to be important. And maybe your experiences look different. Maybe maybe it means you go to the park, you do something local, like you do things local, but experience. I just feel like you're being called to do more rather than just focus on work so much and just focus on survival. So find those different ways that you can branch out. And I think that's where that focus of this year might be headed for you. Yeah. So fingers crossed. All right. So let's see. Now we're back to TikTok readings. All right, here we go. So we're bouncing between, by the way, if you're new here, my name is Lorna Carr, psychic medium, pulling cards today. I've been kind of in a funk because it's January and there's just been a lot going on. I had my surgery. You're welcome, April. And thank you for showing up literally every Thursday. I love that you do that. Between my knee surgery, between traveling and doing all the things, January's been kind of weird for me. And so I know I haven't been doing a lot of readings, but it's just kind of, you just got to be you got to be in a vibe, right? But we'll see. We still have a little bit of time. We might get Spirit step in at some point. So hi, Banks Bills. So let's see. Let's go to the Tiki-Takis. Oh, wait. Okay. Yes, he says something funny, but I missed it. Oh my goodness. Yes, he's sharing like what we're at 450 shares. Girl, you guys are rock stars. Okay. So make sure I probably missed conversations. All right, here we go. If you'd like a reading and you're on TikTok right now, one of the 16 people, I'll give you guys all a chance to rotate over there if you've still got the app or if you're on your phone. Thank you, Yessie. I really appreciate it. Then let's, actually, I'm going to pull Yessie's card right now, and then I'm going to do the random one. All right, Yessie, you get the Emperor. Look at you taking charge of things, Emperor. And that goes with the heart chakra. Yep, leading from your heart today. Leading from your heart today. Yessie. Leaning into more of that feeling. And I know you've been working on your stuff. That's cool, Stricker Party of 3. That's funny because my grandpa had a whistle too that he did. Now I'm remembering it in my head. I love that. Thank you for that. Anyway, Yessie, Emperor, the heart chakra. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Okay, I love that, Ladora. I feel like you can there's a situation today. I feel like this is very today specific, Yessie, that you're going to be able to take control of the situation, but you have to lead with your heart. You have to go with what you're feeling. It's not even your gut. It's like, okay, how do I navigate the situation? And I feel like your heart chakra is going to be very, very important for this. And I feel like this is super specific to a situation. Listen to your heart. Listen to what your heart tells you as you lead through this, because I feel like you have to take charge of a situation. And your brain might say one thing and your heart's going to say another. Listen to your heart when this happens and text me and let me know how that works out, because I want to know. Okay. So banks bills, I don't take questions because my scammers will find you. If you want to ask a generic question like, where do we go when we cross over or something like that, you can ask that, but don't ask a specific question about like what you'd want to know from cards, because that's all spirit led. And I'm telling you, I've got scammers that will clone my profile and will actually talk to you in the chat, or they will talk to you after the chat is over, after the live is over. And they'll be like, oh, but I feel your grandmother with you. Because I feel like you're going to ask about a grandmother or something, right? So if you're going to ask a specific question, then that kind of thing you want to book. You're welcome, Yessie. You want to book a private thing with me. Don't put that out on the internets. Okay. Whether it's relationship or relative related, don't do that. And it's not because I'm being a jerk. It's just for your own safety. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that. All right. So, hi, Paula. All right. So let me actually do, that was for Yessie, my moderator. So I'm going to do another, I'm going to drop a squirrel. The squirrel is back, friends. She's back. Yeah. All right. I did have a great trip, Paula. So drop those squirrels. Drop the squirrels in TikTok world. Drop the squirrels in TikTok world. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? First name I see. It's going to be Ashley. Ashley. All right. Let's see. Ashley, your card is 8 of Wands. Ooh, a manifesting card. Like what you put out is going to be coming back to you today. Ooh, be careful of the energy. I heard be careful of the energy you put out because it's going to come back to you today. Boomerang effect. And vibration. Oh, look how those cards like vibe with each other. Down to the sparkles and everything. So this is very, very important for you today, Ashley. Whatever you put out is what's coming back to you. Okay, good, bad, or ugly. Whatever you put out is what's going to come back to you. Okay, so I would make that an experiment. Have fun with that one. Make that an experiment, Ashley, where you're like, okay, so I'm going to embody what it would feel like to have money. I want the vibration of some extra money today. The first time I ever did that, by the way, I did that as an experiment as I was learning manifesting. And I did the full embody what it would feel like. And then I went like an hour later, I get in my car, I go to the dance studio, and there's a $20 bill on the ground. I'm looking around and there's nowhere, like who knows who could have dropped that $20. I would have been like, hey, did somebody drop a 20? No one else around. It was literally sitting on the stoop, the little doorstep stoop of my dance studio. I was like, "I'll take that." "Okay, Lucas, thanks for hanging out and watching. I'll pull you a card later, friend." "Okay. Since you have to go, I'll pull you a card later." All right. So, Ashley, the 8 of Wands really and vibration, whatever you put out is supposed to come back in. So I hope she caught that. I haven't seen any response. I could have missed it though. Ashley, are you still here? Did you know you were getting a card? Vibration is everything. You're welcome. Okay, yeah, just watch your vibration day, because if you're grouchy, everyone else is going to be, you're going to be like an attractor of whatever you are putting out. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, Amy, you USA, you had asked a question earlier, or you had said something earlier, but did I ever answer what you asked? Or you had brought something up and I was going to address it later, but I totally forgot. What was it that you had asked? I don't know what made me just think that. It must be the time to ask about the Hamilton tour. Okay. It was cool. It was fine. It was a stretch, right? It was a stretch because they were like, and so we brought you to this church here. This is the church that used to be a school here on the island. And this is, if Alexander Hamilton had not been born out of wedlock, he would have gone here. And this person that's buried here, he would have known her because she was popular and rich, but he wouldn't have associated with her. It was weird, like every little place. And then we got to see where he may or may not have been born. They're really not sure exactly which building it's in. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird, but it was still interesting to see the island that he grew up on, because the whole tour went all the way around the island. We learned the history. We learned a lot about the slavery and how he was an abolitionist. Like, oh yeah, of course. You're welcome. I don't know what made me totally remember to go back to that. But that was also an interesting conversation with someone. I know it was, and I'm glad that we didn't pay for it. The company, it was sponsored by the company that flew us there to begin with. And so we did get to go to the Hamilton Museum, which was a really interesting little tiny one room museum that was just big stands with like information about him. There were no artifacts. There were nothing from Hamilton himself. So, but also think about it, like he couldn't wait to get out, like the family. And also, did you all know, I didn't know this. He was born on St. Kitts Nevis, right? The family, when he was like 9, actually moved to St. Croix. So he was only there. And because his mother was married, but his father is not his father. He was the product of an affair. That's why he was shunned. So we did learn a lot. There were things that I did not know. And his biological father, are you ready for this? Was Scottish. I didn't know that either. But the conversation I had with someone was quite interesting. And I talked about this last week, about how I was like, oh, we're going to be singing, aren't we? We're going to be singing on this tour tomorrow. And he was like, oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see that. I kind of boycotted that. I'm like, why? He goes, because the founding fathers were white. I don't know why they went out of their way to make everybody in the cast not white. So we had a very kind exchange of why Lin-Manuel Miranda chose that route, and the analogy that goes along with why the musical is Hi, I'm So Divine, why the musical was not cast as all white founding fathers, right? Oh, cool, Lucas, man, that was fast. So you're not moving too far away, are you? So it was really interesting conversation, and I just explained how, again, it was a kind conversation. it wasn't like I wasn't like losing my shit on him. Like, how dare you say those things? But yeah. So that was not a squirrel moment. I remember Amy asked, and I wanted to make sure I went back and addressed what she had said. Anyway, clearing the energy. So let's do another card pull. We've got about 15 more minutes. And then my class was actually canceled today that I'm taking. It's being rescheduled to next week, which actually works out really well because I'm going to take that time to continue working on the stuff that's not done yet. I'm so far behind on that class and I'm really frustrated, but it's going to get done. I'm going to learn how to, hey, you guys, do me a favor and like go on Pinterest and find Lorenda Carr Medium and follow me, subscribe to my Pinterest. Because then what I'm going to have you guys do as because I'm taking a class called Pin Talk. It's Pinterest and TikTok, learning how to utilize their search engines and learning how to do pins and all that. I have nothing up there right now. There's nothing going on yet because I have homework to do, but it'd be really cool if this week I can get caught up and then next week you guys can give me some feedback. I'll start getting I have to do 10. I have to create 10 pins for Pinterest. And I haven't done it yet. That's my homework today. So if y'all see that I haven't pinned anything, you can be like messaging me, yo, you have not done your homework yet. So follow me there. And so I can just get feedback because I'm trying to learn how to incorporate all those things and learning computer things. And at 53, it's a lot. I mean, learning like that is it's a lot because I'm not computer savvy necessarily, but I'm learning because that's where we are. We are in a global society. We are in a global technology world. And so that's where I am. So yeah, follow me on Pinterest. Obviously I'm not going to go live there. I'm not going to be but I would definitely be interested to see if, when you do certain searches, if I come up at all. But those searches are not going to be successful at all without you just typing in my actual name right now, because I don't have any SEO content there. I don't have anything to drive people there yet. I don't have any keywords yet. I'm still building the page, but I also want to do the same thing for my dance studio because we create an entire year's worth of a syllabus for each class that we teach. And we're thinking about starting to sell those. So if someone's like, hey, I need to know, like, do I have a February themed class for 4-year-olds? I don't have time to plan it. They can go on and pay $20 for it and get a lesson plan. That's the kind of thing I want to do for my dance studio through Pinterest. Actually, it is hard to learn new computer things, especially since computer stuff changes like literally hourly. Everything changes so fast. Oh yeah. See, I have a personal page, but that's just through my Google, like Google tied through. So yes, you have to do Lorenda Carr Medium. Otherwise you just get my Muggle thing and all you're going to see is house improvement things. That kind of stuff, or like tattoo ideas or whatever. I know Etsy is a pain. Like nobody ever sees anything I do on Etsy. So I don't even deal with that very much. But I'm hoping once I'm done learning all these things, or like as I'm learning all this stuff, that you'll start seeing more of my stuff everywhere, because I don't know that TikTok's gonna be around. And that's been my biggest search engine. That's been my biggest marketing tool for the last 3 years. And so I've been forced to step out of that comfort zone and learn new things. But yes, Etsy is on the radar for me to try to improve and create. Right now, I just sell everything through my website. Everything that I do is on my website, but not dance stuff. We don't sell any of that stuff yet. That's not ready to go yet. But learning how to, okay, here's the link, here's the plan. How do you get that plan where you can't sell it to other people? You know what I mean? Like here it is, you get it, but you can't just give the link out to everybody. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to consider. Also, what are you guys drinking this morning? We're almost done, and I forgot to ask, what are y'all drinking this morning? I got my tropical vibe because I just got back from my tropical vacation where I had to entertain people. I know I just saw my cards on Etsy. Yeah, I've sold literally 2 decks from Etsy. Ginger ale. Ooh, I love me some ginger ale. Water and coffee, good on the water. Cookie butter latte. Ooh, I've heard. Okay, so there's a girl I follow. She's actually a former client, but she also used to sell me my Fabletics at Keystone Mall here in Indiana. She's like a Chicago young, fun, hot, girly. She's moving and shaking. She's an influencer in Chicago, and she was talking about the cookie butter latte on one of her videos. So it's funny. In about an hour, it'll be whiskey. I wish. I have to teach tonight. There's no whiskey in my immediate future. But I don't like coffee, so I don't drink any of those fancy schmancy things. And as I get older, Gatorade, Sprite, Fresca. Oh, I'm sorry, Ladora, because you're not feeling well. You have got it. Somebody else was talking about something like that, actually. That was really expensive, but worth it to do all the fancy stuff for their coffee. Anyway, Kathy over here is drinking coffee. Yeah. So I hope you feel better soon, Ladora. I'm sorry you're sick. That's the worst, man. I hate being sick. I have no time for that. I have no time for surgeries. I have no time for downtime. I just don't have time for it at all. I got things to do. Pinterest to create. Pinterest pins. Yeah, it's fancy espresso machine. Does yours like you get all the different flavors that you can add into it. And then my friend was telling me how hers streams milk through it, and it's also self-cleaning. Like, so after every time you use it, you can set it to like clean itself after each use or whatever. It's like super fancy. Sparkly pear juice in a fancy glass. Yes, Kelly, I love that. If you guys ever just want to feel bougie, but you can't like bust out wine partway through the day, drink water in a wine glass. It does amazing things for your energy. Made a homemade tinctures for our family to boost immune system. Ooh, smart, Paula. Angel, who's in here, usually watches me. She gave me some really good ideas on boosting the immune system, helping with my knee. And there's some things that I've been using on my knee that have been very helpful. Water in a wine glass is the best idea ever, right? You know what's crazy is my daughter told me that. She's like, yeah, if you ever just want to feel bougie, drink water in a wine glass. You know, I'm like, okay, add a drop of food coloring for that mental trick. That's awesome. Although if it's the wrong color of food coloring, then that'd probably be some red dye and I'd probably have a ADHD attack. Water, hey, oh no. Okay, my daughter drinks grape juice out of wine glass or a drop of juice. That's funny. All right. Let's go back to some cards. Butterfly Jen's like, listen, I'm dropping squirrels over here. I need you to listen. I need you to pay attention, Lorinda. I got you, girl. All right. So I should be back to the I should be back to Instagram now, right? Yes, I should be ready for Instagram. All right. So all 3 of you in Instagram. So we're in Instagram. We're going to do readings on the Instagram. Lorinda Carr Medium. Okay, there's only 3 people in there right now. So just saying, squirrels in the Instagram. Okay, it is on delay, so I have to wait for people to start dropping the squirrels. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be? Wait, Christy. Didn't I just read you, Christy? Or was that yesterday? I thought I read you. Did I not read you earlier? Oh, wait, I don't have it on my list. So Christy, cool. Here we go. That's so weird. That was a deja vu moment. That was so weird last week. Okay. Well, cool. Here we go. You've got the Three of Wands. Three of Wands comes up for you. And this is like you're waiting for your ships to come in. You've done some work, you've done some planning, you've done some ground, like you've laid some groundwork, and you're starting to wait to see what the return's going to be. Okay. Echoes. Ooh, this is interesting that we're getting echoes with that, because I kept feeling like, okay, we're waiting for something to come back to us, waiting for something to come back to us. It's like you're waiting for that echo of something to come back. But I also feel like there's an echo of doubt in your mind. There's something that's coming back to you that, like, you're like, hello, and it's coming back, what, there's something like you're not getting the response that you're hoping for right now. But understand that every time you yell into a void, or not a void, but like you yell out, when the echo comes back, it's like you're receiving what you set out. Okay. So if you've put the work in, you are going to reap those rewards, is what I feel like. So I think it's spirit saying, be patient. It's just, you yelled for a really long time and it's just now coming back. So be patient, because you're going to start seeing, like, whatever this is that you're working on, that you've been kind of like waiting for a return on your investment or a return on the time you've been putting in, whether it's time or money investment. There's something that you're waiting to see to come back to you. Maybe it's like, okay, I've been taking this dance class for 3 months now. I need something to click into place, right? It's like, whatever you're putting out, that's what's going to come back. If you've been putting the work, truly working, then that's what's going to come back. If you kind of half-assed it, if you just dialed it in, you're waiting for that return, then you're going to get the half-assed thing. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense, Christy, because I feel like I was babbling a lot on that. I brought crystal glasses at the Thrifty and put water and ring bells. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's cute, Kelly. I love that. Been yelling a long time to my spirit guides, like, let's go. Right. I know, right? Well, they might be like, we're right here. Why are you yelling? Right? They're always right there with us. Be more specific about your signs. Ask them what they want to show you. And whatever image pops into your head, say it again a couple of times and make sure that it stays the same. And they'll start showing you those signs. They'll start aligning you with those signs. Just start with those visual signs. It does work. It really does. We're at 550 shares over in the TikTok. Thank you very much, friends. I appreciate you. All right. So now, oh man, I have to like stretch. My back hurts. Oh, let's be over in the Facebook. And this is why I'm not doing spirit-led readings, friends. I'm just sticking with the cards today, because I'm just kind of like all over the place. I've got to get my energy settled back down and expanding in the right place. And I honestly believe getting back into classes and teaching classes and going to my own classes. I've got my spirit salon on Saturday with Reverend Glenda. So I'm hoping that'll kind of get me back. So by the time we meet next Thursday, I should be back in my zone, where I'm just like pulling in spirits. Okay, so Facebook and YouTube. We're going to go to the Facebook and YouTube. Me too, Yessie. I'm so excited to get back to class. I've missed you all so much. So here we go. Facebook and YouTube, Lorena Carr Medium, where we are live currently. Squirrels, drop the squirrels or something similar to that. And I will choose someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? April. Woohoo! April H. April Hensel. It's my sister from another mister. All right, let's see. Who's that going to be? Ace of Swords comes up for you. So understanding that you're allowed to move forward and not be stuck in the past. The past doesn't define you. It's moving on, learning. It's that strength in adversity. Let's see. Mindfulness. This is, this vibes for you, April. So the mindfulness is all about I'm going to read it because I feel like this is a lesson for the class, by the way. Okay. This is something that's going to be very important. I love this. One of my favorite cards. I say that about all my cards, but this truly is one of my favorite cards because it's something I still have a hard time wrapping my own mind around. Mindfulness is gracefully understanding the past, thoughtfully preparing for the future, all while moving in the rhythm of the present. Each step taken is a harmonious blend of reflection, foresight, and mindfulness, creating a dance with spirit that honors where you've been, shapes where we're going, and celebrates where we are. So your past does not define you. Okay. Ace of Swords is you can use your mind, use your body, use your soul, but mostly your mind because it's swords, to move forward, to go into new adventures, to start on a new path and without dragging that baggage. So you take that sword and you cut the cord to the baggage from behind you. You can see it. You'd be like, oh man, remember how I used to carry that around with me all the time? It's so dang heavy. Yeah. Glad I don't have that with me anymore. But also you can take those experiences and those moments of learning and go, okay, so now going forward, what did I learn from that heavy baggage? This is what I'm moving on from, right? And then let's plan for the future, but still live presently. Enjoy the moments now in the present while still planning for that future and thinking and using our thinking mind to do that. So there we go. Thank you, April, for letting me read for you. All right, we are at noon. And I'm like, I need to go like lay down. My muscles kind of hurt. I need to get to my chiropractor, you guys. All right, so make sure you're following my Pinterest account. Lorenda Carr Medium, not Lorenda Carr does whatever she wants and whatever she, looks at tattoos, right? It creates random. I have a cocktail. And although I do have a good collection of cocktails on my Pinterest, my personal Pinterest, a good collection of Celtic tattoos. I have a good collection of home improvement ideas also. I'm just saying, those are the collections I have. And then Mother of the Bride dresses, I think, from like when my daughter was getting married 5 years ago. So I'm gonna kind of shut it down for the day. I am like, I don't know, my energy is off. Thanks, Tracy. So yeah, check out Lorenda Carr Medium. There's really literally nothing on my Lorenda Carr Medium account yet, but that's the class I'm taking. And I want you guys to give me good feedback when I check in with you next Thursday and hold me accountable if I'm not doing my homework, because it's a class on Pinterest, keywords, SEO, website integration, all this stuff. And I'm behind. I'm behind on my homework. So I got to shut this down, go grab some food, and I got to get to work on that. Thank you, Jamie. Thanks you too, Yessie, and appreciate all your help today. And thank you to all of you in all my boxes and all my windows. I appreciate you. Hopefully I'll get back to like the vibe next week where like I said, I'm going to be bringing in more spirits. I really believe I'm just kind of in that thinking mode right now. Knowing I have this looming over me for Pinterest and like for my Pin Talk class. But I'll get there. I'll do it. I'm going to go work on it. And I also need to eat. I need to eat I need to get some protein in my body. My brain is not functioning right. I think all I've had today is like 3 Twizzlers and a Celsius. That is not good for the brain. Thank you, Michelle. And I'm really looking forward to, if you guys are interested in class. Thanks, Corey. Hey, how are you? You're welcome, Kara. And it's good to see you, Butterfly Jen. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Because I need protein. Oh, if you're interested in taking classes, all level spiritual development class, I have February's is posted and open for registration. Those classes are limited. You can be a brand new beginner. You can be an experienced medium of 20 years, and you're still going to get something out of the class. I find it's a really great energy exchange, and I learn something. Even though I'm teaching, I still learn every single week. It's only $20. I've lowered the price because I had to change the time and I feel bad. Um, but also I just want to make it a little bit more accessible in these uncertain times. Okay. So it's Tuesday from 7:30 to 9:30 Eastern time. And what happens is you sign up for the class, you pay for it. Oh, I'm so glad, Melissa, that's helped you. Um, but I have to actually teach a dance class on Tuesday night, um, until 7. So I've got to head back home as soon as I possibly can. I'll be on. But what happens is you sign up for the class, and then that day, I send out a link all at once. I send out an all at once link. Okay. Um, if you sign up for the class and you don't pay, you don't get the link. Period. Okay. So make sure you're paying for the class, get signed up for it. Then I will send you the link the day of. If you don't get the link by at least an hour prior, then something's goofy and I didn't send it to you, or I didn't get a payment or something. So message me. Make sure to message me if you don't get the link. So thank you for saying that, April. And thank you, Shelly, for coming in. And I won't forget you. You are on my list, although I got to figure out where I put my list. Yeah. Do me a favor and message. You signed up for the class, right, Michelle? Did you signed up for it? Do me a favor and sign up for it again, because I know I owed you the class. Sign up for it. So I have you at the top of my thing. Yeah, yes, he's like, yep, I just wait till the day of. It's all good. So it's fine. It's fine. All right, friends, I gotta go. I gotta go eat. Thank you all for hanging out and being part of my life, part of my journey. I so appreciate you. Think about 3 things you can go out and do that'll make the world a better place today, that you can raise your vibration. Well, I send the link to pay. It's at lorendacarr.com. And if you go to classes, like mentors and classes, you'll see you can sign up for it. And it takes you right to the payment page. Takes you right to it. Or but that way I know, sign up for which classes you want. So I'll know which classes to send you links for. Okay. All right. Mwah. Love you guys. Have a great day. Hopefully we're gonna come back next week. I actually have a couple of special guests that are gonna be coming up. Okay, that I need to start working on that. So email me for the link like you did that. That's fine. That's fine, Melissa. That's okay. All right, cool. Love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.